Hi guys, Look here and welcome to another FIFA 20 SBC video, and today guys EA have thrown in a bit of a surprise SBC that I wasn't expecting. To give us another summer showdown SBC between Napoli and Inter Milan. Of course the Serie A is going to be like the final major league to finish. Of course the Premier League does finish this weekend, the Bundesliga has already finished, La Liga finished of course last weekend, Ligue 1 isn't going to resume, and the Serie A is still like the most far like behind. It's got like maybe like another 3 or 4 games left to go, but I don't know when this game takes place. I'll try and find out towards the back end of this video, but we're going to have a look at the two SBCs. Only one segment for both of them, which is pretty cool, and the fact that I think usually they play the games after the SBC has expired, so yeah, this game won't be taking place like another week at least, but they've got some cool dynamic images. Sanchez as a position change looks very tasty, I've got to be honest. And Callejon obviously cool because both of these cards haven't really had that many special cards. Certainly Callejon, I can't remember the last time he ever had like an inform or a man of the match or a team of the season like ever. Certainly not this year. He's hardly had any special cards. I know Sanchez did have a flashback SBC, but we'll have a look at Callejon first. I'll look at the in-game stats as well. Of course, last week. Not last week, earlier on this week they did do a summer showdown between of course Juve and Lazio, and Juve won that game. So for people who did the Juve SBC, you got yourselves a 95, didn't you, which is pretty amazing. But it's an 85 rated squad with one Napoli player, low chemistry requirement, which is good. It's certainly going to cost you around about 200,000 coins though. Obviously Napoli players now, so players like Alan, who else is high rated like from Napoli now? I can't even think of any more high rated players. Like Milik would probably go up because I think he's 83 rated. Callejon, of course, himself as an 84 would go up. And Manolas, I think he's or is it Roma Manolas? I can't even remember who Manolas plays for. Is it either Napoli? I think it's Napoli who does play for now. But of course, cards like those are going to go quite a bit in value as having the Napoli player in there. But even so, that is really, really good still for the most part for a potential 95 rated Callejon. I'm going to look in a second on Google who is actually home between the two teams because I don't really follow Serie A that much, to be quite honest. So I couldn't really say who's in the better form going into this game or whatever, but I'll have a look right now. And then Sanchez is the exact same requirements, but of course you have to put in an Inter Milan player. So like, you know, Lukaku, who's like 85 rated, he's going to go up obviously quite a bit more in price. But on the whole, low chemistry again, so you don't have to build into one league. You can go like a mixtures of leagues and stuff like that, which is pretty good. Now, Inter Milan play tonight against Fiorentina. Then you play Genoa. So yeah, this game doesn't take place for like a good week. It takes place next Tuesday at 8:45, and Inter are home for that game. And they're third in the league. Napoli are 7th. Although I think since like the after lockdown type of football, I think Napoli have actually been playing better, and I think Inter Milan have been kind of average going into this game. They drew with Roma, they battered Spal, they beat Torino, so actually they're in decent form, no real losses. And then with Napoli, I won on Roma by accident there. And then for Napoli, they have been in decent form. Yeah, they beat Udinese, they drew with Bologna, they drew with Milan. Okay, actually, maybe both of them are kind of like in decent form, where they're not really losing games, but they're kind of still drawing games here and there and winning games at the same time. I'm fancying Sanchez on the face of it more out of the two of them at the moment because of the fact that he's ex-Premier League, which of course always interests me a little bit more, but for the fact as well he's been position changed to a striker is really, really cool. But we'll have a look at Callejon and his in-game stats first. So 4-star, nothing special about that. High work rate, maybe not necessarily ideal. 5'10" in height is not too bad. Trait-wise is okay. Fantastic positioning, his shot power, his finishing, his volleys are really, really good. Amazing stamina, really nice pace as well, couldn't fault that either. His short passing is really good, his crossing, his vision. I mean, to be fair, on his in-game stats, he's absolutely classic. There's literally nothing wrong with that card whatsoever. I'd say maybe the only, slight issues are maybe the high work rate, the fact that his physicality isn't great. You might want his long passing up a bit more, but on the whole, that is a really, really good card. I can't think of many right wingers or right midfielders from Serie A who are higher rated than him at all. So that's pretty cool. And then with Sanchez, is he going to have a 5-star somewhere? He doesn't. He's both 4-star as well. 5'7" in height, which isn't great. Like, that's really small for a striker. High work rate, maybe not the best for a striker as well. 89 finishing, you want to increase that a bit, but he's got the 97 shot power, the 96 positioning, which is absolutely class. Really good long shots. His pace is fantastic. He's got some nice passing stats as well. So, of course, you know what? You could actually argue he might be even better to play as a cam. I think if I was to get this card, I mean, I'm not going to be going for any of the cards because I pretty much just can't really afford to get them or anything. But, you know, if I was going to get one of them, it would be Sanchez, and I would probably play him as a cam. I think with that small height and stuff, I think he'd just be better suited as a cam, in my personal opinion. His dribbling's exquisite. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think he play well as a striker. I think you will get better out of him personally as a cam. Nice stamina, nice physicality stats as well. And, I mean, yeah, the flare trace is kind of cool at the same time. But that is a pretty cool card. I mean, listen, they're both really, really good cards. Do I think both of them are worth value for money? Yes. I mean, you're getting 2 92 rated cards with the potential for increases on either one of them there. But a 95 Sanchez, can you imagine that? I think he's just a cooler card out of the two of them. Certainly for Premier League fans, I think most Premier League fans would agree with me that they're more likely to do Sanchez just, you know, because of the fact that he was a beast at Arsenal back in the day. Of course, he went to United and he was not great for them for the most part. I don't think anyone would disagree with me on that one, but certainly when he was at Arsenal, he was just absolutely unreal. Arguably, maybe for a period of time, maybe like for a season or two, the best Premier League player, you could argue. But yeah, anyway, so obviously in terms of strikers from Serie A, there's so many. There's obviously team season Ronaldo, team season Lukaku from his SBC, team of the season Dybala. There's countless amounts. Lautaro Martinez, Immobile, the Ibrahimovic card you can get for free, Ilicic. So and most of these cards would probably be, would be better. The Rebic SBC as well. They're probably better cards. Bellotti, there's so many. The Serie A has been an insane league. Mertens flashback card as well. So I think on that, I think there's just better cards available who would even cost like a similar amount to, or probably do a better job as a striker than what Sanchez would do. But in terms of playing him as a cam, I think that's just a role he's going to play in a little bit better. Yes, you have like the Eriksen SBC, you have the Verdi card, who was really good to use, Nainggolan team of the season, but there's not quite as many choices for cams as what there was for strikers. It does seem to be a more kind of limited option. I mean, the only kind of top tier cams now from the Serie A are this Gomez team of the season, Eriksen, Verdi, and Nainggolan. You can't really say that these lower rated ones are not quite as good. And 91 Eriksen and 90 Dybala, just they're kind of average for the stage of FIFA. I certainly as a cam. So certainly I think that Sanchez falls into that bracket of being one of the really, really good cams to be able to go for. And then with the case of Callejon, I'm trying to think of other higher rated right mids. Now there is is that a team season Bernardeschi? A storyline Bernardeschi. Okay, I think he was actually from this month's new storyline, I think. And he's really cool because of the 5-star skill moves, better work rates, probably a better card. I mean, he's got awful finishing at 82, slightly less balance compared to Callejon. And of course, if Napoli are to go and get something from that game, even just a draw, Callejon will go to the same rating as well. Of course, Napoli are away for that game. I do fancy Milan to go and get the 3 points, or certainly at least get a point from the game. There was the Mkhitaryan card, but I can't remember if he actually won it or he was just put into draft. And then there's Callejon there at the same time, and then it's just like lower rated cards like Berardi and Politano's storyline card as well, or his milestone card, whatever that was. But yeah, I think both of them are very good cards. I think personally, if you're going to do one, I think Sanchez is just the better one. But having said that, I wouldn't play him necessarily as a striker. I would personally play him as a cam. But even Callejon's good to go for, but the chances are where Milan are, I think they're just all. Okay, where Inter are, I think I should probably say Inter instead of Milan, but yeah, where Inter are, I think that, they're just more likely to at least get something from the game. Who knows, it could be a draw and both of them go up to a 93 rated, but I'm really liking the look of that Sanchez card. Don't get me wrong, Callejon looks good, but Sanchez has just been like a Premier League fan. For me, just seems like even better to go for. So if you can get your hands on him, I think he'd be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, guys, that's what we'll finish this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.